Hey, Philip, as a guy who's been through this situation a few times about scoreboard watching and staying in the moment, what can you tell your teammates?
Well, it's kind of the same as I said on Sunday. Every scenario involves Colts beating the Jags. So I think that's the only one we have a say in. So I think just be focused on what we can control, find a way to get win number 11, and don't be distracted by all the other games that have an impact on us moving forward.
Joe Erickson.
Philip, how important has Anthony Castonzo been to you guys, and how tough is it to see him go down this week?
Yeah, you feel sick for AC. Going down like he did in a Thursday practice. So I mean, maybe it was a matter of time before something happened. I don't know, but hey, he's had a heck of a year. Obviously a big part of what we do offensively, both the run game and pass protecting. So he'll certainly be missed.
Jim Aiello.
Yeah, Philip, just kind of round back to the scoreboard watching. Does that mean, I know we know that you like to kind of pay attention to other games, but does that mean that 1:00 slate, not going to be, keeping an eye on 3 different TVs? You're just going to be pregame warmups and ignoring those 3?
Yeah, I mean, I won't have 3 TVs going, but I mean, my normal mode when we play the 4:00 game is that's what I do. I kind of flip through the other games on the Sunday ticket on my phone. So to say I won't be doing that would be a lie. So, I mean, yes, I won't be consumed with it. But yeah, I'll be aware. I mean, I think to try to pretend like you aren't going to know the outcome of those games is probably unrealistic. But I don't think it needs to consume our locker room. You'd go through your normal routine. If your normal routine means checking on the 1:00 games, I don't know why you would change that to try to act like you're not interested. So I think just don't change up your routine. Don't be consumed with it. If you're going over your tips and reminders for the game, go over your tips and reminders for the game. Just do what you normally do. So for me, yes, some of that involves those early games, whether it's week 2 and there's no implications or it's week 17 like it is now. So I'm pretty sure I'll know the outcomes of those 3 before kickoff.
Blair Overton.
Philip, this team has proven its resilience in a number of games over the course of this season. Thinking back to the Cincinnati game, that comeback, there was one point when DeForest Buckner said, "We're built for this." When you look at this team, how has it been built? What's been ingrained in you guys to somewhat rise to the occasion with backs against the wall when the stakes are at their highest?
Yeah, I think it's a mentality, a toughness. Really, it's been built. Not only over this year, but I think, over the last handful of years, with what, Chris and Frank have really brought and trying to, get done. And then I think this year, in some ways more than others with, all the COVID related issues and things that you battle throughout the year that are different than unusual circumstances. And then you mentioned some of the games. You mentioned Cincinnati. There's been a handful of others. Obviously, every team's dealt with injuries. We've had to deal with them. Starting early in week 1. With Paris and Marlowe come to mind. Just right off the bat early. So I do think we're just mentally tough. I think it's something that we got the right guys, and then it's a culture and environment that continues to cultivate that. And I think that's really why last week probably hurt so bad, is because we felt like, the type of team we were, that one way or another, up 24/7 at half, we were going to get it done. So I think that's why that one stung so bad. Not only what was on the line, but just how the type of team we are. So we'll bounce back from it. We'll learn from it and grow from it, and hopefully it'll help us down the stretch here. As we move into January, which I think that should be our mindset. Yes, we're focused on Jacksonville only, but our mind has got to believe that we're going to be playing more football after this weekend.
Mike Wells.
Hey, Philip, you're on pace to have one of your highest completion percentages of your career, and I know you've said a number of times that you knew you still had a lot left in the tank. You had some great plays last year, but as a person, how did you handle the criticism when people said, "Hey, Philip Rivers is 38 years old, he's on the downhill of his career. Maybe he should retire." How did you handle that?
Well, I think first of all, some of it was warranted. I think when you are 38 and you've come off a 20 interception season and you're changing teams, then the skepticism is warranted and understandable. The criticism is understandable. So I think in some ways understandable, but yet at the same time mentioning, again, some of the good ball that was played last year, minus some of the disastrous plays and turnovers. I knew I still, had it left. I think the way I've handled always all that is I've never tried to shy away from it. Again, I think it's part of what we signed up for, playing quarterback in the National Football League. But ultimately, what means most to you is one, what you have within you, what you can still do, but really what the people around you that know you best know and care and what they think. And so, for me this year, it was new teammates, so it was kind of building the trust and belief in a new group of guys. That was important to me, a new coaching staff, although having some experience with them. And so that was really more the focus than anything was not necessarily, I don't think win them over was the, is it all the approach, but yet you're going to have to go earn it in a new locker room. And that challenge was exciting for me, knowing I still had some left in the tank and then wanting to go, still, prove might not be the word either, but bring it, I guess, bring that every single day.
As a competitor, we've seen, your friendly banters that are trash talking during games and stuff. During your off-season workouts and things like that, did it motivate, light another fire, take you to another gear?
I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, it probably fell somewhere on a long list. If it was a list of motivators, it was way down at the bottom. It really just the passion and competitiveness within really, and the love for the team really is what the motivating factors are. It's really not to say you prove somebody wrong or, hey, see, I can still do this. I don't think that's never really anything near the top or the forefront of my mind as I approach it each year, regardless of what the criticism or what the talk is out on the outside.
Okay, we'll go two more. Kevin Bowen.
Hey, Philip, obviously you want to make a deep run here, and based off what you've said previous weeks, this probably isn't on your mind, but has the thought of this could be my last game or even my last game here in Indianapolis crept into your mind at all? Or do you think it will before kickoff?
Yeah, it's funny you asked that. I actually that did cross my mind actually yesterday. So it crossed my mind. I don't think it'll be something I think about all week. It did cross my mind. I go, shoot, things don't go the way you want this weekend, and who knows what happens. I guess it could. I guess it's probably healthy to have that, at least to have that thought that because you're not guaranteed anything moving forward. So but to think that it could be the last game, yes, it has crossed my mind. Last game I ever play. Certainly don't intend that it will be, and don't hope that it is, but certainly I think you have to acknowledge that it is a possibility.
Last one, Zach Kiefer.
So you mentioned the opinions you care a lot about, and you said teammates. I'm assuming those close to you, like your dad, you said you've talked a lot about him and how he coached you in high school, and your wife. What did they say last offseason? Did they say, I want you to keep playing? Did they say, what are their opinions, and did they shape your decision at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, had certainly that inner circle being my wife and children and my dad, mom, and brother, had they all been like, hey, Philip, you need to shut it down. It's okay to be done. Had they all felt that way, I probably wouldn't be sitting here. But no, they are all they all felt how I felt. I think, obviously still seeing that the love and passion and fire that I still had to play and prepare each week, and then feeling like I felt that, shoot, you still can be a productive player and help a team go win. So, but yes, that would definitely could tip the scales one way or the other had they not been all on the same page.